So, before we start with the unit circle, we need to go way back to graphing points. How do you graph negative 2, 6? Okay, so you always do left and right first, correct? You say you're going to go left 2, up 6, 6. This is your negative 2, right? Okay.
Yes.
What you're going to see today is that this is later going to be referred to as the reference triangle. But it is a right triangle that if you take any point, go directly to the x-axis, you're going to have an angle in here, and this is going to be your reference triangle. Does that make sense? Now, I'm talking about how to come up with this location. Right? We are going to come up with locations using triangles. So let me explain. On the unit circle, what is this purple line? You should know the length of that. Everybody good with the fact that it's 1 because it's a radius? All of these are going to be 1. If I follow suit and I take this and drop it down, follow suit. Yeah, like do what I've been explaining to do, follow suit. Yeah, it's a term in English, like a phrase. Please take your triangle. Which triangle do you pick? What is this angle right here? 30. So here's your 30, 60, 90. If you want, you can actually draw that in, but I want you to lay the triangle on top. This should be 1/2. This should be √3/2. Does yours line up that way?
So fancy.
Okay, now, work backwards. You have the triangle. What is the ordered pair for this dot? What's the x? How far did I travel along x?
3.
√3/2. How far in y? 1/2. That is my ordered pair for the location of that dot. That's the same thing as pi/6, or 30 degrees. That's the ordered pair. Okay? Excuse me. All right, now let's look at the next one. I'm going to erase this just so that we don't confuse ourselves. The next point I want to look at is this one. What is the length of this red side? 1. Drop it down to the axis. Right angle. What are the measurements of the central angle and the angle up top here? How much is this swoop?
45 degrees.
45 degrees. How much is the angle over here then? 45. So pick up your 45, orient, turn it, lay it so it fits on top exactly like this. What are my x's and y's? Well, they are the same. So this is √2/2, √2/2. Are you amazed?
So, actually,
All right, last one. Take your dot, streak down, 90 degrees. Always draw to the x-axis, never the y. Right? We always do x and then we go y. Always draw it to the x-axis. So, we know this is 1, √3/2 when you put your triangle over top. What's my x now and what's my y?
1/2 and then 3 square root of 3/2.
Okay? All right, now, while I have this up, let's talk about this blue dot over here. Do I need a triangle for the blue dot to the right? No, what's its location? 1, 0. What's the blue dot up top? 0, 1. Didn't we do this earlier?
Yes.
There it is, 0, 1. Questions on that? I'm going to show you 2 more triangles just to make sure you're sticking with me. Then you're going to figure out all of the rest of these ordered pairs on your own. That's what's going to be due for tomorrow. So now, let's take a look at
For Monday.
Monday. Take a look here. Let's say we wanted to figure out this dot. Step 1. Drop in your, what we call the perpendicular. It forms a 90-degree angle. What's the measure of the angle at the center? 60, 30, 1, 1/2, root 3 over 2. Close.
Negative.
When you went to the left, it's negative. Negative 1/2, root 3 over 2.
Just the x changes.
Yeah, because isn't y still going up? Positive. The other one that I would like to show you is down here. Which axis do I draw to? X. Here's that. 1. What's the measure of the angle in the middle?
30.
Here. 30. This is 60. 1/2, root 3 over 2. What's the location of this point?
3 over 2.
Negative 1/2 because I went down. This is where now you're starting to connect. I'm not saying the distance of this triangle side is negative, but when we place it in the coordinate plane, its location is negative. Does that make sense? The distance is positive, but the location makes it negative. Yes, Jack?
In the bottom left coordinate, like on a coordinate plane, would both of them be negative?
You got it. All right, finish it up. That's what you're doing for tomorrow. I'll come around and take a peek at it. You're done then.